If you are waiting to become rich or wealthy from your investment, you need some more information to reinforce what you already have. So listen to this video, you'll get a bit more idea about money and then about investing.
Yep. And I'll tell you one more would be, you have to be maniacal about being patient. I mean, you have to be patiently aggressive. You know, patiently aggressive. It's so tough to do.
Because you want your money to double now.
Oh, exactly.
It might take 10 years.
Yeah, but if you are willing to do the 10 years, it may double 40 times. It may double 30 times. Game, you're playing a game. It's that simple, you know.
The rich do really consider this as a game of money. How soon you can double your asset. How soon you can double the value. That's what they are looking at. Now, at the same time, they are also highlighting the need for being patient. And when I saw that, I heard that, I was like connected back to this particular tweet from Digital Assets Battler, because it really speaks, right? The words do really speak a lot of information. A seed grows without no sound and come down. Creation is quiet. And that really gives us a lot more, right? And here, it's not about just becoming double. Sometime it may take 10 years. And then Patrick says, yeah, but sometime in 10 years, it may be 40 doubles, 30 doubles. If you have $1,000, remember, if you have $1,000, it's 9 doubles away from $1 million. Wow. So if you are having 10,000, you're already much ahead of that race, right? Think $1,000 is just 9 times doubling towards the 1 million aspect. Now, that's actually a lot of idea. So listen to some more of this video.
Willing to do the 10 years, it may double 40 times. It may double 30 times. You know, like when Bezos said, just hang tight. I'm not going to give you dividends. Just trust me on this. Trust me on this, right? And at the beginning, if you've heard the story where he goes and raises $2 million from, he gets $50,000 from 40 people. That's what, $2 million. And he gives them 20%.
Wow.
20%.
He gives up 20% of that $2 million.
He gives them 20% just for $2 million. You know what that 20% is worth today? $200 billion. Oh my gosh. That's the point. So can you imagine 1994 Amazon gets started? Forget about you put 2 million. Just say you put 50 million.
Wow.
Just put you put 50,000. What is that?
When I listened to that, for me, it was really huge. And you know, if you remember previous statements from Ripple executives, you really have to understand that is the scenario where Ripple is at now, at starting point. And ODL needs liquidity inside it so that it can, you know, kickstart the business purpose. Yeah, even now, majority of would be speculation traders coming in trying to make money, but that way the liquidity is being injected into the on-demand liquidity itself. That's how it started, right? So if you remember, in that aspect, we are a part of that. We are putting in our money, we are taking this asset, we are increasing that asset, right? So in that manner, we really would be something like that for Amazon in that aspect. Now, the idea is that first, you need to know what you are betting with. And then, how much work is being put in the background for that particular asset. So if you look at this one, seed grows with no sound and creation is quiet. So I'll also repeat that. And how much work is being put in the background for that asset. Consider XRP, how much it is having that kind of fundamentals. Now, when you look at that too, that's happening in the background. It may not be visible in the price now, but you need to be patient enough so that until it reflects in the price, you are still around to take that profit. Now, I will say this is a real opportunity in that aspect when we are looking at the work being put in the background by the Ripple executives as the company working on towards ODL adoption, meaning XRP ledger adoption, XRP adoption. That's going to be huge. That's a huge opportunity. And if you think about number of XRP you hold when you did start, accumulating, how much XRP did you start with? Don't answer. Just think. How much time it took you to double your XRP portfolio? And what you are doing, are you still continuing to accumulate? What can you do to achieve doubling your XRP? that concept. Why more XRP? Why I'm talking about that? If you have enough as you think, then it's cool. Otherwise, if you still think you need to increase your XRP portfolio, then make this as a game, right? Instead of buying a Coke, keep it aside. Then, after a week or a month, consider that. If you do smoke, keep that aside. Just for 3 months and try how much XRP that would actually give you, right? Now, it really then comes to why should I do that? Why should I have more XRP? And that's where, the real information is at, right? So stay tuned as the answers are coming at you now. Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. If you saw value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button. If you would like to inform me anything, you can put that in the comment section below. If you would like to extend your support for this channel, you can use the Patreon, PayPal or the XRP wallet address given in the description below. And Patreon will allow you to get more value for your portfolio with different assets. Let it be silver, let it be crypto, let it be gold, let it be anything. If you need charts, setups and idea for that, you want to discuss with that, based on what asset you have in your portfolio, that's available in the Patreon. You can just check out that one. Just before we start this episode, I would just like to highlight you guys this page. If you are there in Insta and if you would like to support this page, I would be thankful for you guys. This is the page of my little boy Adam. It's named as Adam Daniel and Captain Cute. So we will be updating his pics and all. I would like to ask your support for that too. Now, let's jump into what we really are looking at, right? We are looking at instant payment solutions, and it should become the norm by 2021. So that is kind of the way where we are all headed. And remember, when that is the goal, to become, instant payments in every aspect, let it be DLT, let it be the ordinary system, CBDC, everything. Bank of International Settlement, which is considered as the central bank of central banks, they consider this as a huge important idea. The carbon emission should be low, the climate change should be controlled. Whatever you do, it should be with a sustainable manner. Now, when we keep that idea while walking towards instant payment systems, central bank digital currency and all, at a time when banks around the globe are feeling that pinch, they are feeling the heat due to the health crisis turned into an economic crisis. Now the crisis is kind of deepening as we, create that space in the economy, which it can't. Many economies are trying to come back, and at the same time, second wave is coming back. If you look at the UK, Prime Minister just highlighted that point, right? And in the same manner, when you look around, they are looking for ultra cheap liquidity injections. Now, when you look at the banks which need money, capital, they need to move some kind of capital, let it be some dormant capital parked at somewhere else for executing payments. Now they don't actually need that. If they are going to execute that payments instantly, then if they can source that liquidity, if they have an option to do that, what do you think? Will they go with that or not? Now those are all different aspects in one side. And in another area, when you look at this, you have different works going on in the background connecting this, right? Get some pay burner swag while leveraging XRP for e-commerce. Now, there is not much noise for this creation, right? They are all building in the background. Now, when you see that, you really have to understand these guys are building an empire in the background, but still there is no much noise around. And that is why still the price of XRP is down. Think, if what Ripple wanted is only to pump the price of XRP, they can come out and give some announcements. They don't have to, go through much of NDAs. They can at least take one or two. Say if they have 300 of them, which is not announced, at least they can manage to announce 3, 4, 5, right? Just to pump the price. But it's not about that. It's about the real success in the background, creating in the background quietly. So the seed which they have planted is growing strongly, and that idea is being embraced by different aspects of investors. Let it be technical guys, let it be fundamental guys. Everyone can see what really is happening, but you have to be patient as per what we just heard from Patrick, you have to be patient. If you are not, the money won't actually come towards you. Now, first thing first, if your money is idle, it will go somewhere else. You have to understand that. Instead, if you are working with that, meaning your money is working for you, let it be a movement to the upside minus 10%, then a correction to 5%, or even if it is a negative and you're accumulating your positions, increasing your portfolio, when you get that simple price move and you have your average below that, that's going to pump your profits, right? So technical side now highlights this. Prominent analyst says XRP ready for long awaited rally as Bitcoin and Ethereum bottom out. Now when I say they bottom out, I would really like to highlight you guys some charts. I actually don't know which charts it is, but instead what I'll do is say I'll take you guys into Ethereum chart. So when you look at that, what you can understand here is it's clear that it went through a support resistance zone, which is now acting as a support, and the price just bounced from there. Now when we look at an opportunity of the price pumping next 150%, remember, it may come back and then go to the upside. Now why I say that, when I look at a chart on a 3-day, what I see is something like this. So usually when you get a red shaped candle like this, it may go towards the half of that and then come back to the bottom, retest that level and go back to the upside. Now that is a possibility, and if you are looking to long that position, now yeah, majority would be longing starting that position by here, which is the break and the retest. That's also logical. There is nothing bad in that, just you'll be waiting a bit more time, right? So that's for Ethereum. Now we understand it kind of bottomed out from the cycle and it has already started a new rally. Now looking at BTC, if you are understanding that we already came back from the top, we had that bounce, then we came back, retested, tried to retest that low. But if you really understand what happened previously, connect these resistance here which kept the price down when it hit the all-time lows. That is now acting as a support. So price came down, retested that, and then went back above. Now in Bitcoin, this is what you are looking at, right? We had a rounded bottom or a cup and handle pattern, which is targeting towards 18,000 XRP. 18,000 Bitcoin. Now, if you are targeting around $18,000 per Bitcoin, that is like a move in the market, right? That shifts the market and that turns the sentiment of the market. Because 70% of movement for the giants entering into Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are going now institutional, even though XRP is there, but the portfolio, the ratio in each portfolio is different. So now when we look at XRP in that same formula, considering the long-term price fluctuation, the all-time highs, and how it actually moved, we can also say something similar. We had a bottom here, we came back, retested that, we bounced. Now as we told in the previous episode, we are still waiting and reflecting, respecting these price levels. So once we break above that, that should be a signal that we are going to the high, right? And now this is not only what I state here, it's being coming out from different aspects, different traders showing you guys different values. Now not everyone do have the same idea, and why I usually talk to you guys about this, if you are accumulating, you should be understanding what that phase means, because once you get that markup phase, most of them would be just buying the dips, trading that market, and the guys who accumulated here are waiting to take their profit. That is the area where we intend to be at in next by the end of this market cycle, right? And whenever you look at different aspects coming out directly from this, I came to show you this to you guys. If you look at a zoomed in view for XRP BTC, this is what you see. We had this area as resistance, now that is turning as a support. We created a fake out, but still we are coming back above that. In that aspect, looking at XRP USD, XRP BTC, we understand clearly that a moonshot is ready. And when we say ready, it may take 1 day, it may take 1 month, it may take more time, we don't know. But the only thing which is common for any common man who has at least food 1 time a day and the basic cognitive ability, he can just take the measurement tool, go to the all-time high and look where the price is now. It's 93% down from where it was at the all-time high, right? So that's opportunity. You buy low to sell high. That's how you make profit. And when it reaches kind of bubble stage, 100,000% in profit, 150,000%. That's the time when you sell, right? Previously, majority of us didn't know that. We got trapped here, but now you actually understand that, right? Because when you take a 3-day chart or a weekly chart and look at this particular aspect of price movement and then try to connect what really happened there, it kind of gives us an idea. It's kind of bottoming out and it really looks like it is making that pattern. And if it is really respecting this particular trend, it's going to be bombarding soon. Why? Because whenever we used to do that, even if you look at different time scales, say you are looking just at a smaller time scale here, when it started going to the upside, it was parabolic. It didn't actually look at this particular trend line after that, right? So that was invalid once the bull run started. And this phase was the accumulation zone by that time. So that is what we are looking at. And that's why we are talking about doubling what you have in XRP portfolio. And for me, that's cool, because when I look at the background, what is being built, and when I say the empire is really being built, it's huge. Like Ripple plus Visa, senior director for strategic accounts, key to the success achieved has been gaining the buy-in of key decision makers. And if you look at that, it really does matters. If a company is bringing in huge guys who know the strategy, who know how to create this game plan, who know how to execute this game plan, they are doing really good. Now, yes, it may not be reflecting in your asset, which you really hold huge. Even for Ripple, the company, they hold ODL huge and they are betting in the long run success of this asset. Why? They would be. Of course, they hold a huge lot of XRP, and others, the naysayers, would be saying that in a negative manner. Whereas for me, that's positive, because say I have, say for example, 50,000 XRP, and if I lose X amount of money, how much would they lose if XRP is failing, right? If XRP is failing, I lose this money, but what did they lose? That's going to be huge. But in the same run, if XRP go to an X amount, how much will I earn and how much will they earn? Think. And that's why they are building this empire in the background, so that they can take that profit at the end. And when that is happening from their side, they are also going towards the regulators around the globe, trying to push a type of positive attitude, a positive vibe towards this technology. And now from 3-6 months, we are actually getting that same vibe in return from the governments, from the regulators, from central banks. And that's kind of a signal that, yeah, we've been right for all time, just it didn't actually reflect in the price. Now, if we look back 3 years, yes, it did reflect at a point. Now, investors came in, a lot of guys took money, then a lot of guys entered into that carnage, lost money. In order to get that confidence back, it would take time, but the smart money would have been accumulating all the time. What you have to think is, should you be a retail guy, an ordinary guy, or should you think like a smart guy, thinking about smart accumulation? That's where we are headed, right? We can see that regulators are giving green signals, transforming this. Now, this article just came recently and it shows Swift unveils expansion plans to fundamentally transform the transaction management. And when they eye that one, don't just, directly get, oh, Swift is going into this, Swift is going into that and all. Because previously we saw that Swift GPI is just a messaging service. Payments is not just message, you need to settle that in the back end. And that's why they are also looking at different aspects, including the ISO 27002 standards. And then now they are looking at the post-trade processes. How can they use this? How can they use the new technology and other stuff by doing different pilots? And one of the pilot way with R3. Wow. What asset would be they using? In the last video, you understood that, right? Giants in Canadian banking sector used R3 and XRP to do those settlement. Now, when we talk about that, will this recession lead to another fintech boom? I personally really do think that is going to happen. Why I say so? Banking crisis is still there. The economy is going to be hit with crisis, and this time it's a little bit different. You are having kind of a liquidity crunch, and in order to get into that kind of instant payment system, to have that capital flow, the cash flow management in the proper manner, you need that instant payment system. The payment should actually go through like this, and that is what we are all looking at. When we talk about that aspect of this, it really is bringing much. And along with that, Kava is bringing yield farming to depositors of XRP, Bitcoin, BNB, USD. Now that's the general perspective of the crypto market. When the economy is going down, banks are reducing the interest rate, going negative. In this side of the economy is this small corner, the crypto corner, you can name it. It's kind of becoming a time for investors to get in, where you are going to get profits in long run. It's like entering Amazon 10 years, 20 years back when it started. Now I don't know when it actually started, but the idea, I think you actually got that idea, right? In that aspect, it really is the way forward. Now, when we look at the way forward, we are not just looking at 1 month, 1 year, right? The regulatory side is going to be clarified from the foolish regulators who are taking a lot of time to do this. From their perspective, they would be saying, say, in our perspective, we are just making sure that the customers or the traders are secure, right? In their words, it may be like that, but those innovators won't be saying like that. You heard it from Ripple, what they felt when US is delaying this thing. But if you're patient enough, if you've been investing in this market, say from 2019, and looking at, oh God, it's still 2024, that's just 5 years. In the video, when we're talking about doubling your money, becoming rich, wealthy, in that aspect, they were talking about 10 years and not a double, 40 times, 30 times double. And that's all what we need. And it's, like a dream come true moment. And when we say that, as regulators are stepping in, clearing these things, this is also getting attention. So automatically the illicit side of this transaction payment system or the asset itself would be going down to zero eventually. Now, cash was being used to launder money from a long time, but while you enter into the blockchain, you can actually do that. If you do that, you would be caught, that's for sure. If you're a fool, you can enter and do that. Otherwise, no one would be doing that. So automatically, this brings in a state of mind there you are having a secure governed system. I really hope you guys actually understood what I was really trying to showcase that to you guys. If you haven't watched this video, you can actually go into Valuetainment and just type #1 rule of money, or find this video directly typing that in the search box. This really is information. It's actually a short clip from Patrick, but it's really informational if you're watching from the beginning to get a right perspective. And if you would like to understand this, this is what we are all looking at. Now it's happening from the background and we are growing silently. Hope you guys understood all the perspective which I tried to convey to you guys. And if you did really receive value for your time, please do support the channel. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. If you would like to extend your support for the research executed in this channel, you can use the Patreon, PayPal or the XRP wallet address in the description below. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.